You worked too hard to make your business look perfect. It's a common tragedy, really. We spend years polishing the marble, scrubbing away every fingerprint, making sure the lighting is just soft enough to hide the reality of our own exhaustion. We think professionalism is a shield, but in the 2026 market, it's actually a blindfold. You're standing there with a flawless presentation, and your customer is looking right past you, searching for something, anything that feels like it wasn't generated by a prompt or a committee of terrified middle managers. I once watched a multi-million-dollar software launch fail for the most absurd reason. The UI was too smooth. It was so frictionless, so mathematically perfect, that the beta testers didn't trust it was actually doing any work. They felt cheated by the lack of resistance. They wanted to see the gears grind, just a little bit, to believe the machine was real. We are entering an era of sterile exhaustion. Everywhere you look, there's another high-definition ad, another perfectly color-graded video, another brand voice that sounds like it was distilled in a laboratory. It's a sea of chrome, and in that sea, the human eye is starving for a dent. I remember staying up until 4 a.m. once, obsessively fixing a single pixel alignment error on a landing page, convinced that if I didn't, the world would think I was a fraud. Meanwhile, my bank account was screaming because I hadn't actually talked to a customer in 3 weeks. You feel that desperate need to hide the scars, don't you? You delete the typo in the newsletter because you think it makes you look unprofessional. You're terrified that one crack in the armor will let the amateur label stick to you forever. In reality, you're just suffocating the only thing that makes you different from a chatbot. Let's test your survival instincts in this new economy. You are launching a high-end skincare line. You've poured your life savings into it. The first shipment arrives, and you notice a slight, barely visible texture inconsistency on the outer packaging. It's not smooth. It feels a bit grainy. What do? Option 1, delay the launch for 3 months to achieve a mirror finish. That's the professional move. Option 2, offer a damaged goods discount to clear the inventory. That's the logical move. Option 3, Photoshop the ads to be flawless and pray nobody notices when the box arrives. That's the hard worker move. 3, 2, 1, the 1% move. Option 4, the subconscious engineering move. You don't hide the grain, you lean into it. You label it earth-pressed texture, and you charge a 15% premium for the tactile authenticity of the batch. You turn the mistake into a signature. This isn't just clever copywriting, it's biological warfare. The University of British Columbia proved in 2020 that consumers associate physical imperfections in food with naturalness. When you remove the flaw, you remove the soul. Your perfect product feels factory farmed and chemically engineered to the subconscious. Ugly produce isn't just cheaper. To the primal brain, it's truer. It's the ultimate irony. You'll spend $5,000 on a professional studio setup just to film a candid founder update, using 4K cameras to simulate a raw moment of failure. The human-centric glitch is simple. People don't buy from brands. They buy from people they can relate to. And nobody relates to a god. Your perfection is a wall. I want to hear the truth in the comments. Share that one perfect project you launched, the one where every pixel was right. The budget was huge, and it went absolutely nowhere. Was it too shiny? The air in a high-stakes boardroom changes the moment the perfection mask starts to slip. You're sitting there, heart hammering against your ribs, wondering if they can smell the desperation through your expensive cologne. I remember one closing call where I spent 40 minutes explaining why our uptime was theoretically perfect, while knowing damn well the server had crashed twice that morning. I was terrified that a single glitch would make me look like an amateur. You feel this frantic, almost pathetic need to be a god in their eyes. But gods are cold, distant, and impossible to trust. A potential whale client, the kind that solves your payroll problems for the next 3 years, leans across the mahogany and asks, "What's your biggest weakness?" How do you play it? Option 1, the corporate. We don't have weaknesses, only opportunities for vertical growth. Option 2, the cliché. Our only weakness is that we work too hard. We're basically martyrs for your ROI. Option 3, the deflector. You ignore the question and pivot immediately back to your lightning-fast processing speed. 3, 2, 1, the 1% move. Option 4, the subconscious engineering move. You admit a specific, minor technical limitation first. Our reporting dashboard takes 30 seconds to refresh, which we know is a friction point. By handing them a small, insignificant truth, you've just validated every other miracle you promised as the absolute gospel. You've stopped being a salesman and started being a human. In 1966, Elliot Aronson proved this wasn't just a tactic, It's a law of human attraction. It's called the Pratfall Effect. In his study, a high-performing person who made a clumsy mistake, spilling a cup of coffee on themselves, was rated as significantly more attractive and likable than the person who was flawlessly competent. Your perfection is a barrier. It's a keep out sign. Your flaws? Those are the doors. The elite know that a 4.7-star review sells significantly better than a 5.0. Why? Because 5.0 looks like a scripted lie. It looks like a North Korean election result. We commit the crime of deleting the 1-star reviews that actually make our 5-star reviews look real. It's a desperate alibi, trying to look flawless in a world where everyone knows you're just as messy as they are. Strategic vulnerability isn't failing, it's weaponizing the customer's innate skepticism. A brand without a flaw is a brand without a soul. Type cracked in the comments if you've ever realized that the best part of a person, or a business, is actually their most human trait. Because the moment you stop hiding the scars is the moment they start trusting the product. But there's a deeper shift coming. A world where perfect is now the cheapest, most automated thing you can buy. We're entering the era of high-fidelity asymmetry. I've watched founders spend weeks prompting an AI to write their personal mission statement because they're terrified of sounding like a person with a real heartbeat. I've been there, staring at a screen, deleting a sentence that felt too emotional because I convinced myself professional meant robotic. But here's the cold reality of the 2026 market. If an algorithm can generate it, a human brain will instinctively filter it out. We are evolutionarily hardwired to spot the uncanny valley of perfection and run for the hills. Imagine you're selling handcrafted furniture, high-ticket, legacy pieces. How do you ensure the buyer knows it's not just another flat pack from a CNC factory? 1. Include a fancy gold foil certificate of authenticity. 2. Take a staged photo of yourself holding a saw. 3. Make sure the polish is so perfectly even it looks like a mirror. 3, 2, 1. The subconscious engineering move is option 4. Leave a visible, intentional chisel mark on the underside. That flaw isn't a mistake. It's the fingerprint. It's the receipt that a biological entity with limited time and imperfect hands was actually in the room. This isn't just about rustic vibes. Science confirms that the aesthetic usability effect is being devoured by the authenticity gap. As AI floods our feeds with perfect symmetry and flawless grammar, the human brain is rewiring to seek out the high-fidelity asymmetry. We crave the Dent because the Dent is the only thing a GPU in a server farm can't replicate with soul. In an era of deepfakes, the ugly truth is the only currency that still holds its value. The crime of using AI to sound more professional is actually the fastest way to become invisible. Your typos aren't errors anymore. They are your proof of life. They are the tactical glitches that signal to a customer, a human is here, and they aren't trying to trick me. What's the one defect in your business? The one you've been trying to hide behind a $5,000 branding filter that you're going to start bragging about today. Stop polishing the fruit until it looks like plastic. The 2026 consumer is allergic to gloss. They are starving for the scar, the dent, and the typo that proves you are real. You didn't lose the sale because you weren't good enough. You lost it because you were too perfect to be trusted. The strings of the human brain are simple. Show them the flaw, and they'll give you their faith. Will you keep hiding? Or is it time to get ugly?